Alright everyone, we are back for part 2 of our video of E3. Okay, so we are at Sony press conference and they showed off PlayStation All-Stars, which is everyone's saying is Smash Brothers with Sony characters. I personally I personally don't care. There's nothing. I think the design of the levels are the best part of that game. Like the actual environments to me is better than the actual fighting. So that's my thoughts on it. Then they showed off God of War 3 campaign, which it looks like God of War 3, it looks like God of War, it looks great, it looks epic. I don't know if I am ready for another God of War game. I don't know what they can do to sort of freshen that thing up. I know they have online multiplayer, which doesn't really appeal to me. It's always been the campaign, and as of right now, I'm not really on board with God of War 3 unless they show us something that is, hey, look at this, and then it's like, oh my god, I need to get this game. Alright, and then after that, it was the Last of Us gameplay demo, which, you know what, for a lot of people was the most anticipated game of E3, and it looks amazing. I am so excited. I'm actually watching a little bit of what's that TV show with the zombies, Walking Dead. Just started watching the first season of that, and I don't know, it totally works for me. It totally works. I know it's not technically, I guess, zombies or something, but The Last of Us looks great. I love I love the interaction between the two characters. You know what, I'm very excited. I'll be very curious to see how open it is when it comes to, can you go through the whole game without killing anyone, kind of very Metal Gear style. Or, there's going to be obviously sequences where there's going to be action events going on, because that's what Naughty Dog does and does very well. But The Last of Us looks great. I'm very excited for it. I can't wait. Then I saw Star Wars 1313, which, I'll tell you this, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but my mind was blown when I saw that gameplay demo. I was like, I need that game. I don't care about Star Wars, but I need that game. It just looks so amazing, and it made me want to get a graphics card. It really does. I was like, oh my god, man, why am I broke right now? I want to get a graphics card so I can play this game. It looks so amazing. But Star Wars 1313 is by far the most impressive thing I've ever. Is just stunning to really look at. It's really, granted, it was very small levels, so you can kind of control and make things really look good in a very small level kind of view. Very similar to Beyond, where when you can control the camera majority of the time, or have levels very small, you can make them more detailed and make them look more amazing that way. But Star Wars 1313, it's on my radar. It's definitely is up there. And then you had Nintendo press conference. First thing they showed off with was Pikmin 3. Now, I've unfortunately never had the opportunity to play any of the Pikmin games. I know a lot of the hardcore really wanted it to happen, and they got it. I'll be very curious to see how it works out. I may want to try it out. Then you have Super Mario U, which, you can't go wrong with Mario. They always do amazing work with Mario, so. Let me see. Batman Arkham City. Some people think that, why show a game a year ago? Maybe because, actually, I don't know why they showed a game a year ago. Which is funny because they had, like, a almost exclusive Assassin's Creed level on the floor that was not shown in either the Microsoft presentation or Sony. And they could have showed that off. But they didn't, so they showed Batman Arkham City. You know what? I think it still looks great. I think what they're doing with the touchscreen with Batman Arkham City looks really, really cool. Maybe I'm too easy to impress or something, but I thought it was kind of sweet. Then you had Scribblenauts, which unfortunately I've never had the opportunity to play Scribblenauts. I've always told myself if I bought a DS or something, that would be the first game I would get. But then they showed that Mass Effect 3 will also be on the Wii U, which, that's great. They're gonna have a very large, the Wii U, I mean, they're gonna have a very large lineup of games because they have, all these back catalog of games that already came out. Wii U can end up having one of the best launch lineups in history because they're already at the end of the cycle. So you have all these, all these games that already came out that they can have a very big launch lineup. All right. They also showed Super Mario 2 3DS, which, more Mario's good, as far as I'm concerned. Paper Mario, which I'm much ashamed to say that I've never played a Paper Mario game. I've always wanted to. I almost did, but just for whatever reason, my head was somewhere else. Then they showed off Luigi Mansion, which I think it looks great. I think it looks awesome. I really want to play that game. Then they showed off Lego City, which is an open world Lego game, which I sounds great if you're, younger age. Something I'll probably let my niece play. But nothing about it really stood out to me. There was Assassin's Creed 3, not on the Nintendo press conference. I think it was Microsoft or something. I just happened to skip over it a little bit. Assassin's Creed 3 demo, they showed off. Now, I was not as sold on Assassin's Creed 3 like everyone else did. For me, I still needed more to sort of, get me on that bandwagon. And that demo did it. The demo of Connor just sort of going through the woods and the animal wildlife, and that game looks really, really great. I was going into a little bit of fatigue for the Assassin's Creed franchise. I really not sure what I wanted from that thing. I kind of just want it to end before I kind of forget, like, what was the purpose again? Something about an animus or something? I don't know, because there's so many games coming out and they're trying to stretch it so far. But you know what? They made me a believer on Assassin's Creed 3, so I can't wait for it. Alright, that seems to be my little list there of things to talk about. I also want to put out uh, a game that really impressed me. I think could be very, very cool. I think it's called Unfinished Swan. The game starts off with a 2D white plane, or at least it looks like a 2D white plane. And then you start pressing buttons to see what you can do, and then you start throwing black paint. And that black paint gets on a surface of something, and it shows you basically the surface of the level you're in. And the point of the game was basically to keep throwing these paints all over the place to sort of show you the way out or the way around the world or the environment. And it looks so cool. It looks so very, very cool. Very, very almost like something out of Journey or something. And it's I'm very, very looking forward to that game. It's not just about paint as well. They also have later levels where you throw water or you throw, something that will make the grass grow. I'm just so excited to check out what that game is. Really am. And that's pretty much it. My overall thoughts of E3, it was very much mellow, not very much of big announcements. A few games here and there, like I said, Beyond and what was the other game? Watch Dogs and Star Wars 1313 were really sort of the standouts of that press conference. SimCity to me looks amazing. I really want that game. For the most part, it was pretty mellow. I mean, I'm not one to say, oh my god, this is the worst thing I've ever seen or anything like that. Uh, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything like that. It was just pretty much mellow. Um, out of the three press conferences, which one was better? To me, they're even. Um, if anything, everyone's saying Ubisoft had the best press conference. I kind of wish Konami had a press conference. I know they had a pre-E3 video that came up, but I would love to see a Konami press conference live. Oh, that would make me so happy. But you know what? As far as I'm concerned, they're all even to me. Very excited. Very excited for this year and next year. And you know what? I'm just gonna stop it right there. Already try to talk about so many games as I possibly can. Alright, alright, so all you guys, thank you so much. If you got a chance to watch both of these videos, I understand if you didn't want to watch both. I was trying to break it down as quickly as possible, so I didn't have to break it into two videos. But thank you guys so much for watching it, and take care.